attention management help users understand environments, follow instructions, and enjoy the experience more. Visual hierarchy refers to what a user will pay attention to first, second, third, and then finally settle on for the longest. By carefully applying all the design elements and principles we have discussed so far, designers can guide the user regarding where to look, what to interact with, and how to respond, even while also allowing the user agency to make choices for themselves as well. Key techniques for guiding user attention include using design elements together with software coding and hardware functions such as motion tracking and gaze tracking. This aspect of design for XR technologies is fascinating and deserves far more attention than we can give in this introductory course. Designers need to develop a good understanding of human nature and human perception to know what will draw attention over other features. However, there are a few basic principles that you can start playing with to guide user attention. In this section we will focus on only a few powerful visual hierarchy techniques, namely color and contrast, size and scale, as well as layout and composition to direct and manage user attention. This table provides a summary of design features that will draw more or less attention. Remember that design elements never function in isolation, so we will also look at some examples of how these principles can be applied. In this example we can discuss the use of color and contrast to direct attention. This image uses a limited color palette that has contrasting warm and cool hues, as shown in the color swatch image insert. This, combined with the contrast of the lighter tones of the main subject against the dark background, assists with focusing attention. The background provides context for the main subject, and helps us make sense of the message. Another contrasting element that is being used here is sharp focus versus soft focus. The main subject is focused on the fingertips only, but the graphic elements that are overlaid over the photo are even sharper. This, and the fact that it is the lightest element in the image, makes the % sign in the center of the hand, and the light column below it, draw and keep the viewer's attention. By using color coding, colors can be used to categorize information and guide user attention, as illustrated in this experimental VR application where colors are used to make groupings and establish links between the various maps. This example demonstrates how contrasting sizes, or scale, is used to direct attention. The bigger elements are clearly more important, and are naturally read first, providing context for the subsequent information that the viewer's eyes move to. The second typography example does not use size to indicate hierarchy. Which phrase did you read first and why do you think your eye went there first? For me, the yellow draws my attention first. With typography, font choice can also indicate a hierarchy of importance, but it is normally good to keep it simple and to use as few different fonts as possible. In this example the font changed in some ways, becoming transparent, but stayed the same size. Which phrase do you think has the highest hierarchy? Layout and composition, rule of thirds. Divide the screen into thirds to create visually appealing compositions. Golden ratio. Use the golden ratio to create harmonious and balanced layouts. Visual weight. Distribute visual weight evenly to avoid overwhelming the user. Empty space is essential for allowing the viewer some rest, improve comprehension and legibility. Use patterns, rhythm, and leading lines to guide the user's eyes around the screen. Strategic animation is when animation is used to enhance user interaction and understanding. Use animation to draw attention to specific elements. Employ subtle motion to guide the user's eye without causing distractions. Use gaze tracking data to dynamically adjust the visual hierarchy, focusing on elements that the user is currently looking at. In XR, balancing information density and clarity is crucial for creating immersive and intuitive experiences. Too much information can overwhelm users, while too little can hinder understanding and engagement. Key strategies for balancing information density and clarity include prioritizing information, effective visual hierarchy, dynamic information delivery. To prioritize information, you can make use of progressive disclosure to reveal information gradually as needed and thereby reducing cognitive load. An important strategy is to identify key information, determine the most critical information to convey, and then adapt your design accordingly. Use minimalist design, focus on essential elements and avoid unnecessary clutter. To achieve effective visual hierarchy, use clear focal points, use size, color, and contrast to highlight important elements. Optical focus can also help to direct attention. If you want elements to be perceived as background, you can soften the focus. Spatial organization, arrange elements in a logical and intuitive manner. Utilize white or empty space to create visual breathing room and improve readability. In this example, the black area allows the user to focus on the text and read it easily. By carefully considering these strategies, designers can create XR experiences that are both informative and engaging, striking the right balance between information density and clarity.